Hey guys, so I just watched Mortal Kombat, and as a big fan of the games, I went into this movie wanting blood, guts, gore, fighting. I don't know a lot about the lore, to be honest. I feel like half of the fans of Mortal Kombat are really into the lore of these games, and the other half are just coming into it wanting it to be like John Wick, fighting, martial arts, blood, guts, just a good old-fashioned action movie. That's basically me. And honestly, the main reason why I love Mortal Kombat and playing the game is it's not a hard game to play, at least in my opinion, and it's also really fun. And I can't deny I love it when they get their spines just pulled out of them like eating a piece of baby back ribs at a summer picnic. Like it's literally just satisfying. And it's, in the respect of playing games and gameplay, playing Mortal Kombat, I can understand why people love playing games in general based on Mortal Kombat, because you are in a different world. It is very much escapism, similar to watching a movie. One of the main characters is an MMA fighter who I didn't hate the character of Cole Young. A lot of people seem to not like him, I have mixed feelings about him, because in some respects I don't hate him because I thought he was decent. I thought he was relatable because he was, kind of like the underdog, as it were. But I don't love that that the network or producers of this movie decided to put in a character that is basically not related to Mortal Kombat in any way, and the fact that they connected him to one of the main characters that is not assuming, but that is related to Mortal Kombat kind of bothers me. Like, I don't know, maybe they just thought that he'd be a good extension of that. He was related to Scorpion, who was so badass. I just did a reaction to the first 7 minutes of this movie, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it was so good. Like, holy crap. Scorpion was so good in the movie in those 7 minutes. Sub-Zero, fantastic. He was very just Sub-Zero was scary. And I feel like Scorpion was very much like a relatable character. Like, he was so, family man. And I feel like they also related Cole to Scorpion because of the fact that they're both family men in the movie. And I kind of like that about it. I'm not going to say Cole was a great character. I'm not going to say the actor that played him was great. I wouldn't say he was horrible, though, to be fair. But I just don't love it when movies create new characters for an existing storyline or game or something. What is the point of doing that when there's already a plentiful amount of characters that you could have, focused on and extended their storylines and made them, and fleshed them out and made them real life characters? That would have been great, personally. A lot of the fight scenes, in my opinion, were really good, in my personal opinion. There was one fight scene where they cut in and out of it a lot, which I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. It was okay. When we meet the character of Cole in the movie, he's found by Jax, and he's told to go see Sonya. So Jax has a fight with Sub-Zero, and basically ends up losing his arms, spoiler alert, which, yeah. But by meeting Sonya, Cole also meets a character named Kano, who, I kid you not, when I first saw Kano, as I was watching him, and oh my god, he's definitely probably the best part of this movie. Like, he's so funny. He's honestly like an Australian, like, Deadpool. Like, legitimately. Like, he's so funny. He really does steal every scene he's in. He's funny. He's relatable in some ways because I feel like he's the kind of person that's, like, underestimated and, you know, people don't think much of him, and he's just an angry asshole, basically, but he's so funny. Oh my god, I loved him. But honestly, as I was watching him, I thought he was a character from the Jumanji, the newer Jumanji, with The Rock. But then I looked him up, and he's honest to God from Superstore. He plays Tate on Superstore, which if you guys are a fan of Superstore, like I am, I mean, to be fair, I haven't watched it in years, but he's so funny, and I had no idea he was Australian, honestly. So, and the fact that he kind of gave me, like, Jumanji, Deadpool vibes was just, like cherry on top of this movie, honestly. Would I say that this movie was perfect? No. Honestly, there were aspects that I felt like I was watching a Power Rangers movie, and I say that in positive and negative ways, because obviously, you know, this isn't a Power Ranger movie. Like, it should have a little bit more gravitas. Like, some characters could have, or some actors or acting, some of the acting could have been stronger, not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna lie at all. Like, half of the acting, honestly, could have been stronger. Just saying. But I also love Power Rangers, and I loved that. I also, at first, when all of our heroes, they go to this temple and they start training for the Mortal Kombat, one of the only women characters in this movie basically was, like, told that she didn't have a mark like all the other people, so that she couldn't, you know, train and become a Mortal Kombat, you know, fighter. And that pissed me off, but then later on, she redeemed herself and she got a mark, so that was awesome. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie overall. When I say I enjoyed it as much as I thought I would, I think Kano was 100% like validated. Like, everything I heard about him was so validated. Like, oh my god. Cole, like I said, I feel like I have mixed feelings about him because I don't think that they needed to necessarily add a character that isn't a part of the folklore of this game, and it just, like, they could have really fleshed out other characters instead of putting a new character into the story. But as a character, I didn't hate him. It was so funny when we first meet Cole. I also thought that the girl that was, you know, on the sidelines with him as he was fighting in his cage matches, I thought that was his sister. And then the scene where the older woman comes to see them, I was like, when they kissed, I was like, why did he just kiss his mother like a girlfriend? And my brother was like, that's not his mother, that's his wife, and that's his kid. And I'm like, oh, okay, I did not know that. Which I probably should have, but I didn't. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, overall, I really like this movie. Were there definite portions that didn't really feel cohesive, connected, or thoroughly acted out? Sure. I'm not gonna give it like an A+ because it's not the best movie ever, but honestly, most action movies aren't like gonna win any Golden Globes anytime soon, you know? Most action movies are just fun. And obviously, I'm pretty sure most people who care about the lore of Mortal Kombat don't love some of the fight scenes probably, and they also probably don't love Cole because he's not in the folklore of this game, and I get that. you know, he's kind of like that, and some of the fight scenes could have been better, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, I mean, you know, there's always mistakes that happen in movies, decisions that are made that not everyone's gonna like, and that's just how movies are made, and that's just how it is. Like, not everything in every movie is going to make everybody happy. But overall, I personally give this movie a B, because I thought it was pretty good. I didn't think it was amazing, but I didn't think it was, like, piss poor. And I think the acting, yes, could have been better, but overall, you know, there was actually one evil character, I don't know her name off the top of my head. Hopefully editing, Sarah, will be able to figure that out. But what I will say is that I really liked her. She's the character with, like, the mouth that looks like she, like, had blood all over her face. I don't know what her name is. She was really cool. Like, from the moment she was on the screen, I was like, who is that and why is her mouth like that? Because I wanted to know. It is funny how when I watch a lot of movies, a lot of the times I wouldn't say I root for the bad guy, but I'm always intrigued by the bad guy or bad women or just characters that are bad in general, because maybe how they look or how they act, or because, you know, I think another thing that's interesting about Kano, honestly, is that when you first meet him, you kind of feel like he's going to be like a bad guy, and then you get to know him and you realize, you know, you think, oh, okay, he's just a good guy who has a stick up his ass, basically, and who chooses to be an asshole because he can, because he knows that he's pretty good at fighting, and he knows that nobody's going to bitch slap him. But then as the movie progresses, you realize that maybe he's more selfish than you think. So it's definitely interesting, and I really enjoyed this movie. Kano on 100% was one of my favorite parts of this movie. He was definitely the star of the show. I still cannot believe he's Tate from Superstore, not gonna lie. Like, that just made, like, I told my brother, because I looked it up during the movie, and told my brother during the movie, and, like, I just told him, like, holy fuck, like, I was so surprised. I'm like, really? Like, I was so convinced in my mind before I looked it up that he was from Jumanji, the new one. Like, I was so convinced, so. Goes to show that, you know, I'm not always right, which honestly, when it comes to recognizing actors and characters, like, especially actors from other things, I'm usually, like, so good at it, but I think it was because he had a lot of facial hair, honestly. I think because in Superstore, he doesn't have a lot of facial hair, so, like, at all. So I think if he would have been shaved, I would have definitely recognized him, but, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't even know if he was still on Superstore, like, in the latter seasons of the show, because I haven't watched in, like, at least 2 or 3 seasons, honestly, because they just, you know, they didn't bring in, but they didn't use Belle a lot, and they used Amy way too freaking much, but, you know what, that's for another time, if you guys want me to talk about Superstore ever. But yeah, to get back to the point of this movie, point of this show, point of this video, I liked the movie a lot, and I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. If you're looking for a very entertaining movie, a very action-packed movie, watch this. No matter if you're into the lore, or if you're just into watching people die and seeing some badass people. I mean, I think one of my favorite things about action movies, honestly, is some of the stories. I mean, some of the storylines are pretty good, honestly. But I think I love them because I love seeing people be badass. Because to me, it's extremely inspiring to see somebody kick ass, take names, and just be tough and take no prisoners, basically. Like, I just want to be like that someday, honestly. And you know what? If I keep doing my 10-pound weights, at least 20 of them a day, hopefully, I will get to the level of a Mortal Kombat victor. So, those are my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to let me know, did you like it? Did you hate this movie? I really want to know what you guys think. Let me know. Always like to hear from you guys. And I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe for more reactions from me and reviews and lifestyle videos and all that jazz. So I'll see you soon.